Our story continues when Guiju hugs Deha to save her from a motorcycle. She takes the flowers, as she thinks that he brought it for her, but he disappears as it happened at the mall, and she feels disappointed. He is back to the present in front of Bok family residence. His father notices him when he appears out of thin air. He tells his father that he saved someone in the past. His father takes him to their secret library. Guiju wasn't knowing anything about it before. The secret library where his father kept a digital archive of their ancestors and their superpowers. They find some of their ancestors can retrieve their superpower. After they find the right person, he tells Guiju that Deha is the right person for him. Guiju returns his house, finding Deha running away after she doesn't see his reflection in the mirror. She runs into him, saying he is a ghost, and then she faints. Bok family gathers and Dong-hee admits that Deha saw her floating in the air in the Bok family vault. They move her to the bed. Ina observes them and thinking that she tells her to run away. Guiju's father mentions that he was terrified when he saw her father-in-law for the first time, growing color scales on his body and flapping like a mermaid. Dong-hee tells them that she is just asleep because she drank the herbal tea which she made for her mother, and she put sleeping pills in it, but no one accepts her conjecture. Man-hyum dreams that Deha is carried out of the palace sauna and taken to the hospital in an ambulance. The next day, Deha wakes up and she is terrified of Bok family presence. While she is making the breakfast, Man-hyum tells Deha about her dream and warns her to stay away from saunas, especially the palace sauna. Ina reminds Deha that she told her before that her family has superpowers and advises her to run away. Deha feels flustered and terrified. She quietly sneaks away from Bok's residence to visit her family's palace sauna, while Guiju secretly following her. She tells her mom, the sauna owner, about the Bok family superpowers, trying to persuade her to change their target to some other family. But the sauna's owner, Ms. Beek, isn't convinced and reminds Deha that she still owes her. It's turned that Ms. Beek and the others are not Deha's biological relatives. Deha met Ms. Beek for the first time at her father's funeral. She is a lender who lent her father a loan, and after his death, it passed on to Deha. She told her to complete this target and then she can retire. Meanwhile, Guiju enters the sauna looking for Deha. Hyungtae buys time and makes Guiju change his clothes while he tries to call Deha and Ms. Beek, but he cannot reach them. Guiju finds Deha and Ms. Beek when she calls her mom. He asks Deha to explain while Ms. Beek refers to Hyungtae, who turns on the fire alarm which makes Deha's trauma with fire knocks in. Guiju tries to get Deha out, but he and Deha slip on the floor. She becomes unconscious. She is taken to the hospital where Ms. Beek tells him that she is not her biological mother. She tells him that his late father left her with his loans, and no one attends his funeral, except the loan sharks. She talks to him how Deha survived from a fire at school which caused her a trauma. He fills the hospital form as her guardian, and takes her back home. While they are on their way back home, he tells her about his family's superpowers. He says that she is the only one who can see and touch him in the past, and Deha's past is his future. Back at the house, Man-hyum blames Guiju for telling Deha the truth about their family powers. He reminisces when he has a hard time after his late wife's death because he is unable to change anything in the past. He discovers that his wife was pregnant, and his mother believes that it's not his child and she was cheating on him. While he wants to use his powers to help others, she wants only to seize the winning lottery and stocks. After 7 years, and the family cannot use their superpowers, Man-hyum becomes only dreaming about Deha, and Guiju cannot be seen or touched except Deha. Ina joins the dance club. Her classmate, Hiram, who wanted her to join the club, felt jealous after noticing her crush, Junwoo, is interested in Ina. Hiram and Ina meet at the supermarket. While they have cups of noodles together, Ina reads her friend's mind where she says that if Ina wants to be friends with Hiram, she better not like Junwoo. Ina has no friends. She lies and says that Junwoo is a jerk, but he overhears her and leaves. At the gym, Grace tells Dong-hee that she is a victim, and her fiancé kissed her first. She asks Dong-hee why she did not do anything. Dong-hee tells her that woman's worst enemy is another woman. Grace gets impressed by her replies when Dong-hee says that she will take the responsibility for not taking care of herself better. At Bok's residence, Deha stays in her room and locked it, while Manhyum is worried, thinking that when people know about their powers, it means things. They either run away or take advantage of them. While Deha is in her room, writing a marriage certificate, Huiju is drinking, and remembers that he now has a purpose. He can save Deha. He travels back in time to the sauna and keeps following Deha into the ladies' changing room. He gets back to the present. He stands underneath the shower to can focus. When travels again, he appears when Deha saw Dong Yi flying. Deha slips, and Guiju holds her. Deha doesn't see his reflection in the nearby mirror. She screams and leaves. He gets back in the present in his room, while Guiju dries his hair. Deha enters with the marriage registration and claims that he from the future gave it to her. She also claims that the person who saved her from the fire in the past when she was in the high school was Guiju. He wrinkles the marriage registration paper, throwing it away. He tells her that is responsible about his actions in present, not future, and says that love comes before marriage, and then kisses her.